Hello, my little weirdos. I just want to do something that'll make the those of us who didn't vote for Trump feel not quite as hopeless. First of all, about the mass deportations. Uh, Massachusetts, California, more than that have come out already stating not only the leaders of those states, but the police departments in them have said that they will not cooperate um, with any um, kind of illegal orders. Because the second generation, that's an illegal, if they're here legally, they've gained their citizenship or were born here. Even if their parents were illegal, they're still here legally. So just so you know, they're not, they're fighting that, and they will fight it when he begins or tries to begin it. That's why they're trying to jam high-level people into the military, and why they're trying to jam through where he can just fire generals for no reason, type of thing, and then put his people in. So then they will be forced, people below them, to follow the orders. But they are all being fought. Do not fear about that. The other thing is, just remember I told you before, what's really important, it's not just every 4 years the presidential election, although of course it's important, but remember the down ballot stuff. In 2 years we'll have midterms again, and the thing, people, remember I told you in other videos, the Republicans have been doing this, and that's what happened here, partly. They started back in 20 for sure, when they lost, of working on getting people not in necessarily the federal Congress, although yes, of course, but also, which is easier to get people into state Congresses, because city and state things are where people, like if I want to start to get in politics, I would look to run for some sort of city or town thing that I am qualified for, and start learning about other things, and then maybe eventually run for a state, a higher city or town thing, maybe a county thing. Then you work up, you go to state, and then you've got something behind you, at least, a decade behind you, or at least a half a dozen years, something, to be a possible contender to be put up for federal Congress, school boards, that kind of thing. A lot of this stuff is really important, especially if you're in red states. Well, yes, but for blue states, to keep them that way. Don't let people that are Republican don't vote them into things like the library. It's just a county library. But it matters. So when you're voting those next, because every year there's an election somewhere. It's either, if it's not the federal, it's a state, or it's a county, or it's a municipality, or a district, or a township, There's like I said, school boards and commissioners, and all these different things that you actually do vote for. Those are important. So if you went and voted this year, if you didn't, vote every year on those little things, because those little smaller things are how they work up the ladder. People that started when they lost 4 years ago, when Republicans lost 4 years ago, they started doing that. Somebody has a job for a couple of years and they try to go for a better job, but in 4 years you could have them halfway up where they need to be. By their 2 years into their term now, they can have people that are actually have some experience, and not only in the jobs, but in the grooming of the cult. So make sure you vote in all elections, all of your elections in your area. They are not every 4 years. A lot of times there's one every year. We had one last year. We had one then at the midterms. I mean, we probably will have one next year. Um, so yeah, just keep that in mind. Peace out.